Today we're exploring how understanding pain neuroscience can transform your daily activities. Stay till the end for a practical activity mapping system based on the groundbreaking work of pain scientists like Lorimer Moseley and David Butler. It's nice to see you again. And to those new to the channel, thank you for joining our growing community. I know many of you understand pain neuroscience. You've heard that pain comes from the brain. And maybe you're thinking, oh no, not another pain science lecture. But today we're moving past theory into a practical system that changed how I approach daily activities. Here's the thing. Understanding that pain comes from the brain is only one thing, but knowing how to use that knowledge in your daily life, that's where most of us get stuck. So let's make this practical. Let's start with your brain's threat detection system that has been uniquely tuned by your experiences. If you're watching this channel, chances you've been living with persistent pain. When pain sticks around, your body's protective system goes into overtime, like a guard working double shifts, always on high alert. And this brings us to a game-changing approach, activity mapping. Instead of focusing on pain levels, we're going to map activities based on perceived threat levels. Here's how it works. List your daily activities. Rate each twice. Current threat response or evidence-based risk, meaning what do you think it's going to be and what's the evidence how it's going to be. Here's an example. For me, unloading the dishwasher used to be feeling highly threatening. But when I looked at the actual movement and consulted with my medical team, the real risk was much lower. My perceived view of the risk of unloading my dishwasher was 8 out of 10. But the evidence showed me if I sat on a stool as I emptied it and placed the dishes on the counter rather than bending and stretching to the shelves above my head as I removed each dish, I was comfortable. Once the dishwasher was empty, I could stand and easily place the dishes in the dish cabinet. So the evidence-based threat of increasing my pain was only about 2 out of 10 compared to my perceived fear of pain. When we collect our activity ratings, patterns start emerging. Just like a traffic light system helps us navigate roads, we can organize our activities into 3 zones to make better decisions about our movement and activity. Let me show you how to organize these ratings. The green zone, activities where you perceive evidence-based ratings match. You perceive that it's not going to be uncomfortable and your evidence shows you it's not. These are your safe spaces, movements your nervous system has accurate information about, like walking to your mailbox, gentle stretching in bed, maybe preparing a simple meal, maybe even light gardening while sitting, or reading a book in your favorite chair. Now, the yellow zones, there's a small gap between of what you think is going to happen and what really happens, and this is your growth opportunity. So you get some gradual exposure. You take maybe a 15-minute walk in the neighborhood, maybe loading the dishwasher or climbing 1 flight of stairs, maybe light housework like dusting or folding laundry, or grocery shopping for about 20 minutes, and maybe even basic yoga poses. But the red zone is where the large gap exists. These are activities where your protective system is working overtime, often based on outdated or amplified threat messages, like picking up a young child or grandchild, or sitting through a 2-hour movie at a theater. Maybe going to a busy shopping mall, or attending a social gathering, or even vacuuming the house, and maybe getting down the floor to play with your cat or dog, doing more challenging yard work like weeding. These key insights happen in the red zone. These are activities where your protective system might be working overtime. By identifying them, we can start with the green zone activities to build confidence, gradually approach the yellow zone activities, and then use specific desensitization techniques for the red zone activities by breaking down what you're doing in that level of work. This week, create your own activity map. Pick maybe 3 activities and using both scales, and share the biggest gaps in your comments. It may surprise you how many others have similar patterns. Remember, understanding your brain's response to activities help you work with your nervous system, not against it. Hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss more evidence-based information. And I wish you a comfortable week.